Any questions you have for me?
Let's see. Well, I have one question that I feel like a lot of people ask. Um, what made you decide to get into the automotive industry and grow the business the way that you have?
Oh, that's a great question. I'd absolutely love to answer that. So, I had no intentions of ever owning an auto shop. There you have it. So, no, honestly, I kind of always envisioned myself as being a pilot and flying and doing things like that, and I'll still be able to do that at some point in time. But just as I was growing up and kind of around a lot of farming, I decided I wanted to pursue farming to some degree, and so I went and did a diesel technology program to learn how to work on tractors and stuff like that. And honestly, that program was such a joke. There wasn't any level of high quality level of teaching, but um, what it did do is it empowered me to be in a position that I got myself a job at a John Deere dealership, and that John Deere dealership then in turn sponsored me. I went through the John Deere Ag Tech program, which is a 2-year college program, and that's actually how I learned how to be a mechanic. I then graduated from that program with success, was able to hit the ground running and work for that dealership for a number of years. There eventually came a point in time that basically I outgrew the company and I was discontent with my job and discontent with how things was going, and so I had an opportunity to take a job as a full-time firefighter. At that point in time, I did. I accepted the job as a firefighter. Absolutely loved my job. There was only one problem and one problem only. Firefighters got paid about half of what mechanics got paid. So really quick, I had to figure out how to supplement my income. And things, we hadn't been married, me and Sherry hadn't been married for very long. I've got a wife, and I've got 2 kids. My kids ain't wild, they're just good kids. And 15 and 13, so great kids. They used to be really wild, but anyhow, I digress. So anyhow, we hadn't been married. We didn't have no kids yet, and so we just had to kind of figure out how to make ends meet. And so I just started doing odd jobs here and there, and any little mechanic job I could do, then I just started doing it. And eventually the word got out, and I became the guy that could do it. And I did this work for a particular farmer, and a whole bunch of combine work in his barn at his place one winter, and he knows a lot of people, and after I did that job, he was really happy with the price. He was really happy with how that job went. My name got out, and then I never wanted for work after that. I eventually started hiring people. I did not know what I was doing. I didn't know how to run a business and stuff, so I had all the wrong people on my team. But the good news is we figured that out later on, and all those people have went away, and now we've got great people like yourself on the team. but but after prior to me meeting you though, and prior to having that vision, then it. I worked at the fire department for a long time. I was full time for 7 years. So on my days off, I'm doing mechanic work, and I'm just doing all the things to make ends meet, and working a full time job at the fire department. And then in 2014, so 10 years ago, I was in a really bad car wreck, and I broke my back in that car wreck. And it's by the grace of God that I'm still alive to even tell you about that. But unfortunately, that really halted my mechanic career, and I had to figure out how to become really good with people and not such a great mechanic anymore. So I decided to pursue that, and that wreck really opened up a lot of things for us, as we had to figure out that this isn't a hobby no more. This is literally something that we're going to have to make a living with. And so then the vision started to happen of, well, what do we want to see happen? And honestly, it took me a while to figure it out. It took me a while to figure out what I wanted, but now I've got a super strong vision of the people that I see on my team, the customers that I see in my building, the cars that I see in my shop, the loaner cars that we have in our fleet to take care of our customers' needs, the technicians that we have underneath those vehicles, that I'm not getting calls because a tire fell off of a car, a wheel fell off of a car, or all of a sudden a technician decided that a body pan was the new drain plug and a drain plug not being installed. No, we have team members that are talented and capable enough of doing a professional, good job with the ultimate goal of I'm taking care of the customer. I have a vision, and it's so vivid, of exceptional customer service. So we are always looking for ways to raise the bar. You come into the business, you're going to find free complimentary bottled water. You're going to find complimentary Wi-Fi. You're going to have your choice of whatever TV show you want to watch. We've got chairs you sit in. We got couches. We got all the things. We got digital vehicle inspections. We've got promotional financing options. We've got trained salespeople that are going to sell you what you need and not just what you want. Sometimes we have customers come in and they're wanting to buy an engine for their car, and I've literally had to sit down with them and said, Mrs. Smith, I absolutely love you. I absolutely love you as a person, and I love you so much I'm going to tell you the truth, right?
Right.
This car that we're working on is not worth fixing.
Right.
If you're emotionally attached to it or something, then we can have a different conversation. But if you're looking at this car for just to be a daily driver to get you to the next 3 years, let's work together and see if we can find you a different car.
Exactly.
Because this car has, and I make $0 by having that kind of a conversation with somebody, right?
Right.
But guess what? Mrs. Jones come back again and again and again, right? We've had all kinds of things that have happened here, but I felt like that exceptional customer service starts with me, right? So then, now that I don't have very much customer interaction anymore, you and your team do, you all handle all the customers. Now my focus has been, okay, how can I deliver exceptional team leadership? How can I be the place that everyone wants to work for? How can I be the team that they want to be on? That's why you're starting to get applications on a daily basis, right?
Right.
These people coming in, and they're being told when they come in, if you go to work somewhere, you want to go to work for EC Auto because they care, right? So if you're going to care for your team, you're going to care for your customers, it has to start with me, right? So, years ago, when we first started in 2007, when I started my business working for myself, I didn't know that one day it would be a business of 10, 15 team members. I didn't know that we'd be touching 4,000 vehicles a year or, doing any of the things that we're doing. I didn't know any of those things. But even in 2007, I was taught with good ethics and good background, so I knew how to care, and I knew how to always make the customer feel right.
Right.
And to treat the customer right? So I built my business on that, but as my vision has become more clear, my vision is exceptional customer service. I want to be that shop. I travel so much, and I've got so many stories I can tell of bad hotel experiences, bad travel experiences, bad restaurant experiences, and it all boiled down to the point of the person that was dealing with me, the customer, did not care. They simply did not care enough to put themselves in my shoes and see the world from my side to know how to handle and solve a situation, or they hadn't been empowered by management to just handle the problem and make it go away. I'm a super reasonable guy, so it was never that I was asking for unreasonable things from these people.
Right.
But just the lack of care, which in turn what happened is some of those places, I made them a guarantee. I guaranteed them, I promise you I will never be back here and patronize you again, right?
Right.
Simply because they didn't care. So my vision is to care. Are we perfect? Absolutely not. Like just this week, we had a big, y'all did a big job, right? And we had a brand new part that 250 miles later failed. Brand new part, right?
Right.
Can we control that? Unfortunately, we controlled the vendor we bought the part from, right?
Right.
So we have to just own it and say, we're going to do better next time, right? But the customer, at the end of that interaction, he'd spent two things had happened. He had spent a whole lot of money, and he knew we cared.
Right.
And we proved that we cared over and over and over, right? And we just did what was right. We literally put ourselves in his shoes so we can know how to take care of it, right?
That's right.
So that's the vision I have now. You know, like I have, we're still so far from where we want to be, but there's several community outreach programs that I want to be a part of. I want to start a program where we can help kids that are from abused homes and from single family homes, maybe where there was some sexual abuse or drug abuse or alcohol abuse or something like that, and be able to just spend a couple weeks with these kids and just pour into them and teach these kids that they do matter and that they are important in society. Teach them how to balance a checkbook. Teach them how to change a flat tire. Teach them how to start a conversation with a stranger. Just teach them all these different things that they're not going to be taught anywhere else.
Right.
And that's one of the visions of something that I know that we can do. We do, you know, we got a school supply drive going on right now. We got several things in plan for this winter. You know, what are we going to do for Thanksgiving? That's still in the works and in communications, you know. And are we going to give away a car this Christmas like we have the past 3 years? Most likely, yeah. Because as Jesus said, the poor we always have with us. What I get out of it is there's always a need, right? And I understand that it's more blessed to give than to receive. And I also realize there's always those people that are wanting to receive always.
Right.
And they have their reward too. So we're just going to find that perfect balance to try to figure out how we can be a great benefit and a great asset to the community. I don't want stupid people working for me. I don't want people that can't solve problems. We only are looking for people that can solve problems. That's the only people that belong on my team, right?
Right.
Like, how many times have you came to me and say, here's what I'm going to do? You used to ask me, you used to tell me about your problem, and now you just tell me, here's what I'm going to do.
Right. Exactly. That's right.
That's how it works, right?
Yes, sir.
So, super proud of you. You've grown so much in the past 2.5, 3 years. You should be really proud of yourself.
Yes, sir.
You know, and fact of the matter is you didn't grow up having a dad, right? You
Right.
didn't grow up being taught a lot of the things that you've literally been able to learn here through some intense coaching, intense conversations, right? But it's been worth it, right?
That's right.
Been some long nights training.
Some long nights training.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You've done the work. So that's where we're going. We're gonna, you know, we got 3 different companies. We're gonna, you know, we have all of them with the outcome of providing exceptional customer service. That's the total outcome.